Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Lehman from Math with Mrs. Lehman, and I wanted to make sure I uploaded this video before I went home today. So it says review session 6, Lehman. It is the 6th video in my series of reviewing for New York State grade 6 assessments coming up on May 1st and 2nd. So anyway, question 1 here is a skill that we learned in Module 3. It says, which number line shows a graph of the inequality x is greater than negative 25? So in Module 3, we learned about positive and negative integers and other rational numbers, and we learned that inequalities, the mouth of the inequality opens toward the bigger number and points at the little number. So in this case, we are going to show that the unknown number, is greater than negative 25. So first of all, you have to recognize that that's a negative number right there. So when you look at choice C, that's showing a positive 25, so that's not what we want. We don't want D for that reason as well. So what it's now narrowed down to is choice A or choice B. And so we want our number to be bigger than 25. So any number that we were to plug in that's graphed on this inequality, we could plug in and it would be bigger than negative 25. So if that's what we're looking for, we want choice B. All right, so numbers get greater as they move right on the number line, and they get less as they move left. All right, so numbers to the left are less and numbers to the right are greater. So that's a pretty straightforward, easy question that they asked last year, 2018. Let's move on to number 2 here. It says, the coordinates of the point below represent the vertices of a rectangle. So pardon the, I thought I fixed that, but anyway, the point here should be listed 2, 2. So they give you 4 points. Now you'll notice they did not give us a coordinate plane at all. So what they did is they gave you the 4 points, and then they said, what is the perimeter of the rectangle? So first of all, you need to know that perimeter means distance around the outside. It's a measurement of length, right? So if you went all the way around the outside of that rectangle, how many units would it be? So what you need to do is, I say to the kids, DIY it, okay? So if we have P 2, 2, so do it yourself. So let's say I'm over 2, up 2. So I know I'm over this many 2, and I'm up 2, right? And then Q is 6, 2. Maybe I shouldn't have drawn that. Let's see. 6, 2 would be over 6, up 2. So this is a distance all the way over here to 6, right? And it's still up 2. Now, if we're looking at this distance here, right, if this is 2 over and this is 6 over, when we subtract their absolute values, we know that that's a distance of 4 right there, all right? And then, so this is point P, this is point Q, point R is 6, 5. So you go over 6 and you go up 5. So we've already talked about a distance of 2 here, so this would be 3 more up. So you're looking for that 3 right there. And then 2, 5, so right up here would be, so this is R, this is S. So again, this is 2 up already. So we know this, I'm going to outline this rectangle, we're going to draw in green, right? So the green here is our rectangle. So we know that between the points P and Q, right? P and Q both share a 2 right there, right? So we're going to actually look at the 2 and 6, and they have the same sign, so we're going to subtract their absolute value. That's how we came up with a distance of 4, all right? And then when you're looking for the width of that rectangle, so you'll notice 5 and 5 here, they both share a y value. They're both up the same amount, so we're going to look at the difference between 6 and 2 for R and S. So again, that's also a distance of 4. We know opposite sides of a rectangle have the same length. So now we're really looking between S and P, for example. So if we look at S and P, right, so we've got those 2 coordinates, they both have a 2 for an x value. So let's take a look at that y value, 2 and 5. They both are positive, So they're in the same quadrant. When they're in the same quadrant, we want to subtract. So 5 minus 2 is 3. So really what we're looking at is a rectangle of 4, width or length or whatever, and 3 wide or long, whichever you want to call the width or length. So, so I'm sure 12 is on here, right? It says what is a perimeter in units, because a lot of kids are going to go, oh, we just learned how to find area. I'm going to multiply the two. But again, perimeter means distance around the outside. And we know opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. So we have 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4. So 7 plus 7. Your answer is choice C, 14. All right. Let's go up here a little bit. So I could see the most common answer as a mistake answer. That would most likely be 12, I would guess, because kids, you know, multiply the length and the width to find the area, but that's not what this asked. I could also see some children not knowing that they were supposed to find the difference between those points when they're in the same quadrant, so they probably added some absolute values instead of subtracting, and that would give you the wrong answer as well. So this is one I definitely recommend drawing yourself a little picture. It's pretty easy to see once you draw it. It doesn't need to be spectacular, obviously, based on my example, but drawing yourself a little picture definitely helps. All right, let's move on to the next question. So Carol has 1 5/8 cups of yogurt to make smoothies. Each smoothie uses 1/3 cup of yogurt. What is the maximum number of smoothies Carol can make with the yogurt? So essentially what that's asking is how many whole smoothies can she make? We don't, if you know she can only make half or something of another one, that's not going to count as a full smoothie. So she has 1 5/8 cups total, and she is going to be dividing it into 1/3 cup. So this was something that a lot of kids struggled on the module 2 test, is dividing fractions. They didn't know which number to put first. So you need to think of what is getting split up, what is getting shared equally, what is being divided into smoothies. Well, that's the yogurt in this case. So we're going to take 1 5/8 and put that as our first number, because that's the dividend, right? And the number we're dividing it by is 1/3. So a few skills here. First of all, you need to know how to set it up. Then you need to know how to divide fractions, which includes putting this 1 5/8 as an improper fraction. So how to do that? 1 times 8 is 8, plus 5 is 13/8, and then divided by 1/3. And then you have to know copy dot flip, or multiply by the reciprocal. So 13/8, copy the first one, change that division to multiplication, and then flip the second number. So we're going to get 39/8. All right, so now you need to divide this. So 39 divided by 8. So 8 goes into 45 times, but there's not quite enough to make that, because you're going to only get 4 whole smoothies, right? You're going to get 32 here, you subtract, you get 7. So you're going to almost have your 5th smoothie, but you don't, all right? You don't want to be that person that only got 7/8 of a smoothie. So you can only make 4 smoothies. So again, you know, lots of opportunities to make some silly errors, but I could see some kids not knowing what to do with this rounding, because a lot of times you'll say, oh, you know, you round up here. But in this case, it's looking for the whole number of smoothies, the maximum number of smoothies. You can't quite stretch that one to 5 smoothies. So that would be choice B, 4. All right, and the last question I'm going to go over with you today is from Module 3 again. It says this, well, it shows a vertical number line, and it's got some positive and negative integers showing the position of city P and city Q. And it says the elevations in feet of 3 cities are marked on the number line shown below. Oh, I almost forgot city R there. So anyway, let's see what they have to say. So again, 0, key thing, city Q, this is what we consider sea level. And then anything up here is above sea level, it's positive, and anything below 0 would be, below 0 would be below sea level. So let's see what it asks us. It says the point O on the number line represents sea level. Okay. Which statement must be true? City P and Q are above sea level. Well, City P is, but City Q is at sea level, so we don't want that one. It has to, say at sea level. City Q and City R, that should have a space. City Rare, excuse me. City Q and City R are below sea level. So let's look at that again. City Q and City R. No. City Q, as you can see, is at sea level. And then choice C says City P is above sea level and City Q is below. So City P above, yes. City, hold on. Let me undo that. Not quite sure what I did there. All right, City P is above. We confirmed that. Yep. And City Q is below. Again, no, City Q is at sea level. So I'm guessing choice D is our answer. City P is above and City R is below. Yep, choice D. So this is almost like a freebie question. People should not be getting this kind of question wrong. It's pretty straightforward. You gotta know sea level, 0, above, positive integers would be above sea level, negative integers below sea level, and this is really just a reading question, honestly, in my opinion. You've got to read carefully and eliminate the ones that don't work for you. But anyway, I'm over my 10-minute limit, so I'd like to thank you for watching. Please check out those other videos. I do have a quick question for a challenge. I've been drawing prizes for kids who have answered this. Okay, so the question that I have is, find the perimeter of a rectangle that is 6 meters by 8 meters. Find the perimeter of a rectangle that is 6 meters by 8 meters. Please write down your answer to that, put your name on it in your class period, and I'll be drawing more prizes throughout the week. So anyway, great job today for all of you that worked on your ELA test. You guys did a fantastic job. We just found out too that we are not doing day 2 of the test tomorrow, so more news on that, I guess. But anyway, we'll have some good time in math class. Or have a good time in math class. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.